What's up guys, welcome to a new video. Just filled up the truck. I am in Tennessee and we are going to Cartersville, Georgia. Just booked a load going to Phoenix, Arizona, picking up 2 little tug carts for an airport. So got about an hour and 23-minute drive, picking up 2 of those pieces, total weight 14,000 pounds. Hopefully they're not super tall. They said they're about 6 feet tall, but I'm assuming that's only if they come with the cab. So we'll see what we have. But let's head on over there guys, pick them up and get on the road.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the left.
Just pulled up to the shipper and the lady was passing by that works here. They have 2 facilities. They have this area here and they've got one over there. So she's checking if I need to be here or there. So alright guys, so I'm going to the one that's a little bit further. This building here. We're going to check in. Hopefully this is the right spot. I went and I checked in, but of course they don't allow you to record inside. So I did see the tug cars that I'm picking up. They're shorter than they said they were going to be, so which is a good thing. And I am about to go open up my ramps and they're gonna bring them out and we'll get them loaded. 2 of them. All right guys, we got the first one on the trailer. I hate these GoPro cameras. You know, I accidentally hit the wrong button and it puts it into photo mode versus video. So instead of recording a video of this thing going up, I took a photo of it. Unbelievable. But that lady, it was the lady that drove this thing up the ramps on the trailer. She like flew up onto the trailer. I was like, whoa. Slow down. But yeah, here we go. We got the first one. It's not very tall. They said it was going to be 6 foot tall. No, this thing is maybe 3.5, 4 feet maximum. So not too bad, and it's very short too. But she says it is 7,500 pounds. They told me 7,000. She's saying 7,500. So hopefully 7,000 is more accurate. I'm hoping. All right, we're gonna get 1 more of these onto the trailer and then readjust them. Maybe move them more backwards, maybe move it up a little. We'll see. All right guys, we got both of them on the trailer. I'm about to throw some chains on them. I'm probably going to do an overkill with the binders. I'm going to use 4 binders per cart. I just want that peace of mind. You know, it is 2.5 days of driving, so I want to make sure everything is super secured. I would normally just use 1 chain in the front with 1 binder and 1 chain in the back with 1 more binder, but I'm going to use 1 chain, hook it at each point so it's an individual connection. And I'm going to use 1 binder per corner. So let's get to it. Alright guys, we've got the front connected. Moving on to the back. I redid the hook on this side, so it's a little bit nicer looking, more secure. Alright guys, moving on to the back. Alright guys, we got this one all nice and secure. And I'll do the same thing to the one in front and we'll get rolling. Alright guys, got everything chained down. Here's what we got. One chain for the front and one chain for the rear. 4 points of securement. Got the chain hooked on each one of the hooks, and it has its own binder for each corner. Similar connections on this cart. Alright guys, 1,800 miles to the hottest point in America, Phoenix, Arizona. Let's go. Alright guys, done driving for the day. Made a stop just a little bit past Birmingham, Alabama. Shower time, and then I need to edit a video. Alright guys, we got a nice Ritz-Carlton shower here at the Loves. Not too bad, better than a lot of hotels. Alright guys, all done with the shower. Going to sit down at McDonald's and do some video editing and maybe try a snack. Alright guys, got a Hershey's S'mores McFlurry. Here's what it looks like. Looks absolutely nothing like it does on the pictures. In the pictures it shows it in a glass cup with all the toppings throughout the whole thing. And here they just put ice cream in here and throw all the toppings on top. The typical McDonald's way, make everything sloppy. But I'm gonna try this and I'm going to edit the videos. Fun evening ahead. Just ice cream with some crunchy toppings. I thought it was going to be a little bit different, but Dairy Queen is still the king of ice cream blizzards. They are the best. Alright guys, I'm going to enjoy this and I'm going to edit my video and I'll see you guys later. Guys, I'm at a Love's in El Paso, Texas. Time to fill up the truck and take my 30-minute break and keep rolling. Got about 3 more hours left of driving today, and then tomorrow morning about 3.5 hours, and we'll be at the receiver to drop these 2 tug carts. Alright guys, done filling up, and I just went inside and heated up my food. All I got is some chicken, some grilled chicken. Not having any carbs right now, guys. I've got some planned for tomorrow morning after I drop my first load off, before I go pick up my second load. You guys may have an idea, but take a guess. Let me know what you think. So I'm gonna enjoy my lunch, take my 30-minute break. Guys, I've got 2 hours and 42 minutes left to drive today till my truck stop. I'm gonna stop at Lordsburg, New Mexico, and then after that we should have about 3 hours and 45 minutes to drive tomorrow morning to drop off the first load. All right guys, I'm gonna eat my lunch and we'll get rolling. Alright guys, so I'm done driving for today. Made a stop at the Love's in Lordsburg, New Mexico. I'm gonna let the truck cool down maybe 15-20 minutes, and I need to do an oil change. I'm about at around 6,000 miles on my oil change. The reason I want to change it at 6,000, I usually change it at 8,000, but what is it, like a week ago I was driving in Las Vegas and it was super hot, lots of mountains, heavy loads, so I want to change my oil a little bit sooner. And I need to get in a habit of changing it sooner than 8,000. I think 8,000 is a little bit pushing it, even though some people change it even later than that, but I think 8 is like a happy medium, but I think I'm gonna start changing it around 6,000. I think it's gonna be healthier for the truck. But I'm gonna let the truck cool down. I'm gonna cover my windows for now and get started on an oil change. And I've got 3 hours and 43 minutes left to drive tomorrow morning. So I'm thinking maybe I'll leave here at 6 a.m. I'm gonna gain an hour because we're going to Phoenix. It's an hour earlier there. So if I leave at 6, should get there about 8:45. Not too bad. Because if I leave at 6, we got 3 hours and 43 minutes to drive. That'll be 9:43 a.m. and then an hour earlier in Phoenix, so 8:43, 8:45ish should be good. Drop that load off and got another load to pick up. But before I pick that one up, we're gonna make a stop. I'll show you guys where later. All right, let me let the truck cool down and we'll get started on an oil change. All right guys, let's grab everything I need for an oil change. We'll start with the blanket. Gotta love jumping up on top of the truck bed all the time. Gets my workout in. All right, what do we need here? We need this. And we need this. We need the drain pan. We need the drain hose. I think that's it here. I got the oil and the filter. I love this no mess draining. Guys, now let it drain for about 30 to 40 minutes. While that drains, I'm gonna pre-fill the new filter before I take off the old filter because it's still full of oil. So we'll pre-fill this one first. And of course the truck that was parked next to me left, so that creates a lot more wind because it's kind of windy out here today. I'm using the Rotella T6 10W30. This truck has not seen anything but the Rotella T6 oil. I've got these nice little plugs that I use to plug the oil filter so I can put it through the wheel well and take the old one out as well without spilling oil. Alright guys, I'm just going to loosen the old filter for now. thing is still super hot. I'm gonna let it cool down a little more. All right guys, I got the old filter down. I'm gonna put this cap in it and then we'll pull it out. No mess. Guys, got the new filter on, and that one required a little bit of an awkward position to get it on there, but it's on. So we'll let the oil drain the rest of the way and start filling it with new fresh oil. All right guys, time to get that fresh oil in. Alright guys, got the truck running. I'm gonna turn it off and then check the oil level and take a shower and call it a night. Before we call it a night guys, let's check out these little tug carts. I think these are used to pull luggage at the airport. Definitely, I don't think these are the ones that push the airplanes. It's going to United Airlines. But I have a feeling these are the ones that pull the luggage. This is the little key right here. You don't actually get a key, but this is the key. You just twist it and it starts. Nothing special, just thought I'd show it to you guys. Just for the heck of it.